There's a three-letter F word that I really don't like. I have been called it a lot. I've also been called the Michelin Man and the Pillsbury Doughboy. I remember I was about 30. Some young kid asked me, "Why are you so fat?" Okay, I said it. What I will talk about today is just a piece of the weight loss puzzle. However, I hope that it's enough for somebody to give them hope and a place to start. 10 years ago, I had sleep apnea, major depression, brain fog, high blood pressure. I was hospitalized twice for an irregular heartbeat. I had diabetes, fatty liver, and neuropathy. I was scared to death of Alzheimer's, something that runs in my family and is sometimes called type 3 diabetes. I'm now a recovering crap addict, that's C-R-A-P, and a recovering binge eater. According to the Diagnostics and Statistical Manual, or DSM, food addictions don't exist, but anyone who has one knows they do. For most of 30 years, I was morbidly obese. At my heaviest, I was close to 300 pounds. I kept a belt just to remind me how big I was. I don't usually wear it, but this is it. I've lost a few pounds since then, without surgery or without any weight loss medication. For the past 6+ years, my blood glucose levels, or A1C, have been between 4.8 and 5.2. That is almost perfect. I'm really not trying to brag. I just want to give somebody hope. Well, not the whole story. Food cravings, destructive food cravings, come from 4 primary sources. Number 1 is food insecurity. I'm not talking about not getting enough food to eat. I am talking about not getting enough of the essential nutrients. As long as your mind and body do not get all the nutrients they need, you will be food insecure. As long as you are food insecure, you will crave food. Even if you were to eat a gallon of macaroni and cheese every day, even if you were to eat 2 gallons of macaroni and cheese every single day, if that's all you ate, you would be food insecure. I actually had a college roommate who tried that. It didn't work out too well for him. He ended up becoming really sick. He ended up having to have vitamin shots to regain his health. He was actually lucky. It could have been much worse. For some, it is. Some of you may be on a similar path. According to the World Health Organization, and perhaps for the first time in history, there are now more people in the world who are malnourished and obese than malnourished and underweight. Let me repeat that. There are now more people in the world who are malnourished and obese than malnourished and underweight. Some believe it's too expensive to eat healthy. That is a myth for most. It is cheaper to eat healthy and be healthy, even on food stamps, if you know how. Many can even eat more than they usually eat and still lose weight if they eat the right foods. The best solution is to eat a well-balanced, healthy diet every single day. Number 2, crap. If you eat crap, you will crave crap, period. Also, if you eat crap, you are going to feel like crap, if not today, eventually. If you live long enough, there is simply no getting around the law of the harvest. Most of you have a pretty good idea what crap is. The best solution is to avoid crap. I know, that may sound a little bit harsh, but remember, I'm a recovering crap addict. Think about it this way, and this is a question. How much alcohol can a recovering alcoholic safely consume? How much? None. Exactly. Number 3, emotional distress. First, a story. Last summer, my then 3-year-old granddaughter and 2 of my grandsons were on a trip with me. We were returning one of my grandsons to his mother. My granddaughter was wearing a sequin dress. She decided it would be a good idea to remove a sequin and stick it up her nose. Okay, how many of us have stuck something up our nose and gotten it stuck there? Is that it? I did when I was a kid. It was on the weekend, and it was a hassle for my parents to find somebody to take it out. Well, I tried to remove the sequin from my granddaughter's nose, but I couldn't even see it. When we got back to town, we went to the doctor. The receptionist, of course, asked us why we were there. I said, "Somebody stuck a sequin up their nose." The receptionist smiled and said, "Now who did that?" My granddaughter beamed with delight and patted herself on the chest, sorry about that, and said, "Me." The receptionist and I laughed. When we got in to see the doctor, she was able to locate the sequin, but she wasn't able to remove it either. She referred us to an ENT. She then offered my granddaughter a sucker. Sometimes when children are in distress, we give them comfort food, and usually it's crap. As we grow older, sometimes when we're in distress, we seek comfort in food, and usually it's what? Crap. Even if it's healthy, we eat way too much, and it only makes the situation worse. Okay, another question. How many of you have eaten a whole carton of ice cream or a whole box of donuts or a whole bag of cookies after a breakup? Okay, the best solution is to learn to manage stress in healthy ways and seek appropriate help for trauma. Number 4, habitual response to cues and triggers. They are everywhere. Businesses and organizations have become quite expert at using smells, images, and social pressure to separate us from our money. Some of these cues and triggers almost compel some of us to eat. Though difficult, change is possible for almost anyone. The human is the only animal that can planfully and purposefully reprogram how we respond to cues and triggers. It's not easy, but it is possible. I've done it. I've helped other people do it. The best solution is to avoid difficult cues and triggers. However, that's impossible most of the time. The National Diabetes Prevention Program and other programs and resources may also help. One last tip for anybody who may be a binge eater. As with almost any addiction, it is more difficult to make healthy decisions when you're tired or stressed. How many of you have heard an old commercial that says, "Bet you can't eat just one"? Well, when I'm tired or stressed, I can't eat just one of anything. Because of that, I rarely eat after 5 p.m. That strategy has helped me immensely for years. Perhaps something similar may help some of you. Remember, you do not have to be a slave to cravings. There is help and there is hope. You can choose to love yourself more fully. You can choose to live life more fully. You can choose your own personal, optimal health, whatever that is. Thank you.